In the morning when I'm driving, I really come alive when I listen to my Ronnie, I listen to my Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. They are rare and they are few who can compare with Ronnie Q. So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air, it's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie Q. I really come alive when it's time for Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie, Ronnie Q. I listen to my Ronnie. It's time for Ronnie Q. Take a seat and go meet Ronnie. Sweet, 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 sweet Ronnie. No day complete without my Ronnie. She can't be beat. Sweet, sweet Ronnie.
Grand Rising. Let me stop this music. I apologize for that. Grand Rising, everyone. Thank you for being here. I got a lot going on. Okay, here we go. Hold on one second. Grand Rising. Thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like button on your way in. I don't understand something. Okay, here we go. Hey, how y'all doing? Let me see who's in the chat. Hey, Nappy Child. It's always good to see you. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Truth and Reason. I watched those recaps, and that was torture enough. And that is all I saw were recaps. Girl. Did you guys take the poll? Hey, Love Chicken, Grand Rising, Nappy Child. It's good to see you once again. Yeah, thank you for being here. Very Carrie. I have 2 mods today. So thank you guys for being here. Please hit the like button and also please take the poll. Now, I have something very special for you guys. So I am going to share my screen and I'm going to drop my link, this link as well. I'm using this under the Fair Use Act. You see the Fair Use Act scrolling. Scrolling, scrolling across your screen. Dun, 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 do, 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 do. Doom, 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 doom.
A
Enjoy.
bitch got a new coif. You can't tell me shit.
God don't play about me and anything I wear. God don't play about me and he don't play about my hair. If I fall out, that will not abuse it. I doubt I will ever lose it. A new wig, girls, I got a new wig. God don't play about me. I say a daily prayer that God won't play about me.
A bitch got a new coif. You can't tell me shit.
Okay, now it says that will be premiering tomorrow, and tomorrow is in fact today. So if you're not subscribed to Palm Reader, you may want to. I dropped the link in the chat so you can subscribe to Palm Reader and get over there and see the preview if you're interested. She always does little skits about the beef sector. So there is a new skit coming out on her channel today. So go over there and subscribe and like and subscribe if you are interested. So I hope you guys are having a good day. Mm. Who did I watch? I didn't watch. I watched Stomp Down, of course. Who was he talking? Child, I know Tracy ain't calling back for somebody to pay. And I know he had to have been kidding me. I know that Tracy is not on the cruise, her group cruise, which nobody went with her on. And I was listening to Stomp Down, but Stomp Down, he puts 20 on 10 whenever he can. So he said that she had either cash app some type of way. She was asking for money for her drink package and her when she get off the fees that she paid when she has to get off the ship. Was Stomp Down kidding about that, or was he serious? I couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell. He said that Jay Wilson was talking about it, or it happened on Jay Wilson's panel or something. Does anybody know? I'm not really clear on that. Is anybody clear on that? Grand Rising, Madison. There's Stump. I don't know. I didn't see it. There's Stump Down page. You can't afford a vacation, don't go. Now, I'm just asking for verification because I'm not gonna do like Reed did and say something happened that didn't happen because Stump Down said it happened. But y'all know Stump Down tells you where to go. He said something about it happened on Jay Wilson's page, so I didn't go over there and check it out. So if there's Stump Down's page right there, you can go over there and check him out, find out where to get this information. Now, I see, because the reason why I figured that Stomp Down has to be kidding, because he said that the message went to MU to get these funds. So I was like, no. He has to be kidding. He has to be joking. I don't know. I guess you guys, okay. Let me see. Jay Wilson did the same thing, though. He asked for money for his Wi-Fi package. Yes, of course I remember. Of course I remember. Well, if y'all want me to go live, y'all can pay for my Wi-Fi package. Okay, so Nobody went on the cruise with her. But somebody I saw over in LSA that it seems like she had hooked up with someone on the cruise, as in a male companion. Now, I don't keep up with Tracy, and they were saying that I'm reading this in LSA. They said that when she, well, well I didn't know she moved. And then I didn't know she moved using trash bags. And I didn't know she moved and she left the apartment so filthy that the lady told her she had to come back and clear out more of her trash that she left all about the apartment. And I did not know. I really didn't know people moved in trash bags, first of all. But I did. And then it appears that she has moved in with the trainer. It can I get some clarity on any of these things? If I'm wrong, can you guys tell me about this? So it allegedly she moved in with the trainer, and she said that she found some condoms in her new apartment, but she don't use condoms. So I first of all, I wonder why we need to know all of this type of information. I need to know why she can't figure out if she's living with a dude and she finds condom that he's using condom because he's sleeping with more than one person. I think I thought that people learned that type of stuff when they were in their early 20s, you know. And if you find a pack of condoms, and which means that he's using them on other people, it would behoove of you to have him use them when he is with you as well. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. I don't know. Okay. I get no comments from the chat. Okay. Okay, moving on. Next topic. Next topic. Is it true the big sexy said that she didn't mind if her uh 8 baby daddy having man bought a Valentine's gift for his ex? I mean, at this point, is the self-esteem underground? Is it buried where the new Wi-Fi wires and electricity wires should be buried underground? Is that where the self-esteem and self-worth of Big Sexy is at this moment in time? Hey, brown sugar, how you doing? Give me one moment in time. I can dig a hole and bury my self-worth. Just one moment in time. Y'all remember that song by Whitney Houston? Hey, kind to me. You came in at the right moment. You're driving and listening. Don't listen to me singing my Whitney rendition of Whitney Houston and crash because you think you get the chills that you used to get when you heard Whitney's beautiful voice. Don't crash. Um, kind to me. So I got 39 people in the chat, and nobody's responding. Nobody's talking to me because I ain't got shit to talk about, obviously. Obviously, if this is what I'm talking about, I have absolutely. Now, wait a minute. There was something else in the beef sector that happened. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't. I have nothing. I have nothing. 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 So make me start telling lies. I don't have nothing. Maybe you guys could tell me something. Is there anything you guys want to talk about this morning? Is there anything you guys want to talk about this morning? Did you guys take the poll? Because I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. If you took the poll, I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Tell me if you took the poll. I need to know. Who was that? Menudo? I need to know. Or was that what's his name? Who sang that song? Menudo or the dude who Jennifer Lopez was married to? Mark Anthony. I need to know. I need to know. Y'all took the poll. What is going on? Are y'all fingers broken? Are y'all in cast? I guess not. I guess y'all not fucking with me today. I guess y'all not fucking with me on today. Now, so I've been having an interesting time in the yard, in the garden. I planted a whole lot of flowers. Hey, Marvelous, Grand Rising. Yes, you're the only one who answered. I appreciate you. And now Nappy Child says she's taking the poll as well. Thank you guys, and Grand Rising to you as well, Marvelous Me. Now, I've been out in the garden, and I haven't planted any food in the garden, but God knows the way things are going in America, I better plant some food. I've just been planting flowers. I love this time of year, right before spring, and when I go out and get all my seedlings and configure how I'm going to do my plantings. I did say I was out there planting things, but really it was my better half. Hey, Miss Queenie. Hey, Miss Queenie, how you doing? Grand Rising. Child, we took that poll. Thank you. So now, I told them where I want different things, and I I was at Home Depot, and I had seen the white hostas before. You know, the plant with the big leaves, and they grow bigger and bigger every year. But I was at Home Depot, and I've seen the pink ones, the pink that's trimmed in green with the green veins. But I saw some light blue hostas, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, but I didn't buy them. Have you guys seen light blue hosta plants, or do you guys know what hostas are? Have you seen the light blue ones? I think I may go back and get them. So I'm going to. I've been watching other things on YouTube. Rascal, what you doing, booby? Y'all hear Rascal over there rolling around? Is yeah, boo-boo. Now he got to get a pet. I start messing with him. Now he got to get a pet. There you go, boo boo. Okay, so I apologize. So I have a couple of projects that I planned on making. I've been watching a whole lot of little woodworking programs. I've been watching quite a few woodworking programs, and I think I'm going to make a couple of little garden benches to put my flower pots on, to put layer fire flower pots on and things like that. I've made the bench before, so I'm gonna make it again. And it's a whole lot of other little small things that make me want to get more power tools. So, are you? Is there anyone in here that like to do that type of thing? Uh, I think I'm going to get this is what I want. So I told my husband that I want a package of power tools. I want I do want a table saw. I want a table saw. We already have a re- reciprocating saw, but I want a table saw. I don't want that little held saw. I don't want that. I want a table saw. I kind of really want a miter saw, and I want a belt sander. I have a palm sander. I want a belt sander and a couple of more little tools. Um, so, do any of you guys? That's not crafting. That's woodworking. That's different. You can lose a finger. and of course, and of course, I want the stick that you push the wood through the saw to prevent you from putting your fingers close to the saw blade as you're cutting, so you don't lose a finger. Be walking around here, and Duchess Shelley Love be chasing up behind you because you got missing fingers. So, hey, Tebe, how you doing? Hey, my guy, Rastal. Happy finger. Yeah, but they have, yeah, exactly. You need a shop. Jeez. No, because, oh, I have been watching these. I just got caught up in them. And they make little small things. Uh, uh, and I am just like, I'm excited. Um, he was like, okay, okay. So I'm gonna set the little garage up, and we already have a shop vac that'll catch all the wood particles and stuff. Uh, Hook it up to the shop vac, so I won't, be full of dust. Uh, so I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm gonna I'm going to share my little projects with you guys. I may share making my projects with you guys. So none of you guys are doing anything like that. Grand Rising Bernice. So I got all the yard flowers planted, but I have I went and I got about 8 to 10 new flower pots. So I still have to plant those. So I'll probably be doing that today and setting them out. It's that time of year, and I can't wait. So what else is going on? Is there anything else going on? Yes, yes, that's where I'm gonna set up my stuff. So, is there anything else going on in the YouTube streets? So, who watched 4547 live last night? Were you guys interested, or were you guys banning it to be sure that it had low ratings? I was banning it, and I was watching other material that was out. Reese Waters was live last night. Uh, what was that? Let me find this other thing that I was watching where Ariana Presley showed up. Who else? Angela Ray was hosting. Uh, Ed Gordon was hosting. It was an alternative to watching the BS play out. It was the Emanci- Emancipator. Did any of you guys watch that last night? They had, oh, they took it down. Okay, I was gonna drop the link so you guys could watch it. I had put it on my community wall last night. You watch Canada's response. Okay, so they took theirs down. I decided not to watch anything else Orange Man does. He raises my blood pressure. Yes, I did as well. And when I was over at Reese Waters, he said, I thought he was going to have a watch party. When he does his watch party, he doesn't actually show the camera. he'll let you hear it, and then he'll give his commentary in between breaks, or he'll pause it and blah blah blah. He said he wasn't going to even listen to it, and so I was like, God damn it! I was going to get some. I was going to do like Olivia and get some crib notes, but not off of his content about what he was playing of the watch party. So I wouldn't give him ratings. But oh my God, I cannot believe how long he droned on and on and on. I said 2 hours. Is he crazy? Oh, yes, that's right. You're right, Fedora. I didn't watch Roland Martin, but Reese Waters was saying that the Emancipation and Roland Martin had been on about 5 hours. Hey, Church Mouse. Same here, Carrie. Sick of all of this. Uh, I watched a little bit of Reese and Roland. I'm going to watch Don Lemon for the recap. Okay. No, you're going to get the recap right here, sister girl. Chill, it's really sickening. Grand Rising Church Mouse. It is good too. So saying that I did not watched it. Saying that I did not watch it. Saying that I didn't watch it. Uh, I'm gonna have to rely on some trusted friends who can do a little quick recap for us. So, are you guys game? Hey, Auntie Donna. I watched Don Lemon and Adam. I did watch some of Adam Mokler. I saw Adam interview Jasmine Crockett and what's the other guy's name? The black name with the black guy with the afro. Oh, what is his name? I'll play a little Adam for you because I love Adam. He's the young guy, and there were they had a room set up for influencers, and it wasn't like those goofy MAGA influencer. Oh, Adam was there and Luke was there. And they were putting their heads together and stuff. Both of them have over 1 million subscribers, and they're very young guys. And you've seen them play. You see me play some of their videos. They're very intelligent young men. So I'm gonna drop their links if you guys are interested. Yes, you need. Oh, you like him too? Yes, Queenie, you need to watch Adam. So I'm gonna. Let me see who this is. Okay, here we go. Let me see. Okay. And the part where Al Green stood up and was protesting him, saying, don't cut Medicare. That's what he was saying. The black guy, and they kept on throwing their hands like, get out of here, get out of here. But they were quiet as a mouse when what's his name? Senator Lee told Barack Obama, "You lie." They were quiet as a mouse when Marjorie Taylor Greene was sitting up there inappropriately dressed in MAGA hats, as she was last night. But they had no problems with any of these outbursts. But they definitely wanted him down. But he was standing on business because he didn't sit down with it. I knew they were going to throw him out. He didn't have just an outburst. He was being what do you call it? What did John Lewis say? He was getting in some good trouble or something like that. Okay, let's see a little bit of this. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit. Okay.
disastrous, humiliating, and dare I say, Kafka-esque State of the Union address. This would be a speech that seems really cool if you are an ignorant moron. It could have been a really interesting set of ideas if it weren't all lies and unhinged attacks combined with Donald Trump being confused. It started in bizarre fashion as Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury held up a sign you can see behind Trump that says this is not normal. And then ultimately,
let me tell you this. See, husband came home and I say, oh, we're trying to boycott the address. And he came home, he changed his clothes, he sat down in his chair and he turned on CNN. What he gonna do, but while I'm over here on my computer listening to Reese Waters, and then I saw him, they were saying that he arrived late, and then they said that he wanted to make a grand entrance, and when I saw him facing to the left, actually his right, I said, that must be the Republican aisle, because this lady in this light blue suit over his shoulder, she didn't look at him, she didn't smile, she had no reaction. And then I saw some people behind her in further down the rows, they were sitting down. I said, oh, this must be the Democrat side. Now, right behind this word live, you see a white sign. This lady is holding a white sign, and she says, this is not, I think it said, this is not normal. She also is one of the people I played you in the confirmation hearings, who was very hard, had very good questions for Pete Hegseth, when he was going through his confirmation hearings. But I want you to see that there is a man that's going to reach over and snatch the sign out of her hand and throw it in the air. Did any of you guys see that happen? I was so done. Now, nobody said anything to him. Hey, Spicy Dicey, how you doing? Hey, Kings Mina and the real K-Fit. Did you guys see that happen? Well, you're about to see it happen right now. Y'all taking too long to answer. I guess not. Y'all didn't see it happen. So that's you see the sign? Okay, here we go.
Congressman Lance Gooden, a Republican, rips the sign away from her and tosses it away. As you can see here, completely wacky, pathetic, weaponized stuff. Democratic Congressman Al.
Now, I think that that's quite aggressive. I think that that's very aggressive. He had no right to go into her personal space like that. Hey, Lee Regis, favorite heifer, Grand Rising, Ronnie Q in chat. I saw that in the news. They snatched that sign real quick and threw it around. I caught that. Hey, Red Wings, is Cornel West or Musician Questlove with the afro? Is it? I don't know who you're talking about. Is it Cornel West or Musician? It's both of them have afros. That was fast. I didn't see it. I'll replay it for you. Okay. I saw Al Green wanting to F it up with that K. Yes, he was unwielding. And then you see, did you see Johnson, the Speaker of the House? He was like looking like he's looking at school children, like he can give you a disappointed look and you were going to shut up and all of this stuff, even after they threw. And he got up with the we want to bring the Corey back to order or whatever. And then he finally told him to throw him out. And then after the Democrats, now all of this cheering and yelling out from the Republicans, and when the Democrats, they didn't boo, but they kind of jeered like and then he looked at them with this look like, I'll throw you out. I was like, look at these idiots. Oh my God. And then I've had to watch these clips, and then some of the shit that 547 was saying, and then you have this idiot behind him, JD Vance, smiling as if this ignorant stuff is good. If you guys didn't watch my live yesterday about a deep dive, it wasn't that deep because I didn't play that much of the interviews with JD Vance. I played, go watch these interviews that I dropped about JD Vance and what was that other dude who he's a fan of? What was his name? Um, what was his name? Let me find it in my notes. Uh, the Nazi lover guy. He always references. I was trying to say Karl Marx, but it's not him. I don't know. What is his name? Curtis Yarvin. Go watch that New York Times interview that Curtis Yarvin gave, and then understand that that's one of JD Vance's favorite persons. And there's also a interview with JD Vance referencing what is his name? Curtis Yarvin. I keep on wanting to say Carl. Okay, let me roll this back a little bit so you guys can see this uninterrupted.
You can see here, completely wacky, pathetic. And then ultimately, Congressman Lance Gooden, a Republican, rips the sign away from her and tosses it away. As you can see here, completely wacky, pathetic, weaponized stuff. Democratic Congressman Al Green. It could have been a really interesting set of ideas if it weren't all lies and unhinged attacks combined with Donald Trump being confused. It started in bizarre fashion as Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury held up a sign you can see behind Trump that says this is not normal. And then ultimately, Congressman Lance Gooden, a Republican, rips the sign away from her and tosses it away. As you can see here, completely wacky, pathetic, weaponized stuff. Democratic Congressman Al Green was removed from heckling. Look at this.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session.
So ultimately, they kicked them out. Democrats, Republicans on different pages as to what point he was trying to make and whether he made it successfully. You can decide. Ultimately, we moved on to the content. And Donald Trump, hyperbolic as ever, saying that some are saying this is the best first month of any presidency.
Who are these people? Who are these some who is saying this? His poll, he is polling worse than any president at this time in their presidency. The Gallup poll is who's saying that. So I don't know who who these people are saying that Trump is referenced. I need to know who these people are. See, because my mama taught me, do not be coming telling me that they said, the people said. I need to know who said it. Don't just be repeating something that they said if they ain't got no name that you can attach to it. We could never say nothing about they said, because my mom didn't stand by that. So who is they? The Gallup poll says that he has the worst ratings at any president at this time. And who did he just beat out for the worst? Himself, his last term. Let's be clear. Okay, let's continue. And this should be, he should be in the honeymoon stage of his presidency, where he has high polls because he hasn't done too much harm. But not so much. He has done a lot of harm. Therefore, he outbeat himself as the lowest ranking president. But what did he say about his presidency thus far? They are saying, who is they?
Ultimately, we moved on to the content. And Donald Trump, hyperbolic as ever, saying that some are saying this is the best first month of any presidency ever.
In fact, it has been stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation.
There you go. It has been
So everything was it's the best it's ever been. It's just like that. We're gonna build a wall and Mexico is paying for it. Everything that he said about himself has been the best. He said he was the best president, or I think he said people said that he was the best president of all times. Of all times. Him. That's what he said. Let's continue.
said by people, none of whom he will name tonight. Donald Trump whined and he criticized Democrats for not applauding his achievements. They never clapped for me.
Fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for the...
Wow, they won't cheer for me. Wow.
And he was really in his feelings about that. Dominique Devereaux, I definitely agree with you. If the DMs stood on business and left when Al got escorted outside, it would have been a moment of solidarity. And I was waiting on someone else. I was like, who else is going to go out? Some people left early, they said, but they left in the last half hour of a 2-hour speech. And they had... resist, I think, painted on the back of some of their shirts. They had little fans with different slogans. Musk must go. Looked like little round church fans. That's a lie. And there was something else written on that they would hold up when he told a lie that was a blatant lie. But I'm with Dominique Devereaux on that. That's it. I'm going to get me a cane. So let me go on.
Donald Trump also acted as if he was curing every disease when he announced that under his tenure, the country will no longer be woke.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military.
Okay, so let's be clear. He has not ended it, in fact, in the private sector. But it is true that once they do it at the federal level, it makes it easier for these corporations to also eliminate it, as we have seen with many corporations. But it was not him who made the corporations eliminated. We're going to be clear, because some corporations have stood up and said, no, we are not eliminating our program. And then so all the colleges and schools that he says he won't give federal funds to, I mean, he has arm wrangled them into having to give it up if they want federal funds. And those are not private they're public institutions. Some colleges are private, but most colleges need the federal funding. And most of their students need federal grants and loans and all of this. So let's be clear about that. Let me, I want to talk about the little black kid. The audacity. And I'm sitting up here. He said this kid wants to be a cop. And it was cool. I must say it was cool when the Secret Service guy gave him a little honorary badge. That was cool. Every child should have a dream. But this is what pissed me off about the whole thing about this. He says that this little boy wanted to be a cop, and when I believe he was 11 yesterday. He was an 11-year-old, and they had given him a couple of months to survive. He had found out he had some type of brain cancer, and he was 11, and they didn't expect him to live but a couple of months, and that was 6 years ago. So that's a great thing. A little black guy and his father, and and the Republicans, they did a long exaggerated. It wasn't exaggerated. One of these long claps and all of this. Okay, fine, great, fine. Okay, great, fine. But what does your policy say about this? What does your policy say about how you care anything about children with cancers when you have eliminated agencies and research on childhood cancers? Totally eliminated different industries that were studying and trying to advance in the cure of childhood cancers. That's what I want to know. Fuck all of this for show shit. This would make a great TV program shit. But you're letting Elon Musk eliminate these programs that are trying to fight child cancer. Yes, that is one of the programs that he has eliminated. Let's continue.
This brilliant smart ring.
Hold on one second.
And our country will be woke no longer.
No more woke. He's done away with it. What does that mean? He has no idea. I have no idea. At another point, Donald Trump took on the issue of record-setting egg prices by blaming Biden. And you could hear audible groans in the chamber as Donald Trump discharged his constitutional duty.
Okay, enough of that. So bottom line is, the link is in the chat. It's the first link in the chat. The bottom line is, it was a whole bunch of lying. Now, I don't want to go through all of this lying because, I'm kind of feeling sick to my stomach. So why don't we just do something a little more, a little simpler, a little that makes a little more common sense? Why don't we review a fact check all of the lies? And obviously he's not going to fact check himself, so let's fact check the lies. How about that? Would that be more palatable to hear? Because I've had enough. Child, please. Head of the FBI, Kash Patel. He's the true definition of a bully. Protect veterans, must steals, save Medicaid, on the fans. Hey, it's Jay. Hey, it's Jay. Let me see. I'm making sure I don't miss any more messages. There's one thing he can do to make everyone happy: tip over. Would have been raising my false line real quick. Singing with that sign in the air. Lying, delusional bastard. I can't stand him. That's why I was getting a little perturbed myself. So let's fact check some of the things he said to what's real and what is bullshit. I haven't heard all of these fact checks, but I trust this commentator. Of course, it is Rachel Maddow. Let's see what she has to say in her fact checking.
What we believe was ad-libbing. We did not have prepared remarks from the president, which is unusual. White Houses usually distribute prepared remarks, so we don't know what was digression from those remarks and what was ad-lib. But the president did repeatedly seem to be ad-libbing when he was remarking on the expected impact of the economic decisions he's already made 6 weeks in, saying that the American people would have to bear with him, that there would be a little disturbance, that there would be an adjustment period. And again, he said a little disturbance, essentially suggesting that.
a little disturbance. It's going to be a little pain. You know, Elon Musk told you it's going to be a little pain, but we have to endure it to get to the other side. It's going to be a little painful, but in the end, it will be worth it. Worth it to who? And who's going to be in the pain? It ain't going to be you. It sounds like the common everyday man, the working man, are the people who are going to have to endure this pain.
That the roiling that we saw in the markets is something that he knows he caused, but he hopes people will not mind. For the record, the worst inflation in this country was in 1980. For the record, the economy that
Why she said that? For the record, the worst economy was in 1980 because he said that he had to take over the worst economy. Joe Biden left him the worst economy. Now, are we going to pretend like Joe Biden's economy in the whole world economy was impacted by the shutdown, the virus, and all that it cost everybody in the world? And are we going to pretend like say what you say what you will? I'm not trying to lie. Biden's economy outdid every other nation's economy in how he rebuilt his. Are we going to forget all of them? All of those days that the stock market was going up and up and up and up, and going to act like we haven't seen him crash the markets over 600 points, and they're down over 300 points on yesterday. Oh, so. But he took over the worst economy. The worst economy was in 1980. That's a fact check. Okay, let's continue.
he was left by President Biden was not a catastrophe. It was literally the best economy in the world. It was described by The Economist magazine as the envy of the world. That was the economy that was left to Donald Trump by Joe Biden. For the record, Social Security is not paying benefits in large numbers to 300-year-old people or 250-year-old people or 200-year-old people or 150-year-old people. In fact, the idea of Social Security as a bastion of massive fraud and overpayment is completely false. For the record, U.S. auto company CEOs are not psyched and delighted and so excited about President Trump's economic policies, including his tariffs. Take, for example, the CEO of Ford, Jim Farley, who said that Trump's tariff policies would, quote, blow a hole in the U.S. auto industry that, quote, we've never seen.
Okay, and let's talk about the auto thing. He said that there are so many people excited, so many car manufacturers are excited that they're going to be building more plants in America. And then he said Honda is building a plant in America. But he said there are so many. And then my husband goes, oh, yeah, well, that is true. Honda is about to build a plant somewhere. So he said that there are so many car companies, and I imagine that there's going to be a lot of car selling companies that are going to go under because they say these tariffs that he is enacting on Canada and Mexico is likely to bring the price of buying a new car up $12,000 because many of the parts go back and forth to the plants, the auto plants that are in the U.S., so many of the parts have to go back and forth to and from Canada because that's where the parts are made. So just fact checking.
The president flat out lied about U.S. versus European spending to support what used to be our allies in Ukraine. The U.S. has committed about $125 billion to Ukraine's defense. Europe has committed about $259 billion. The president radically misstating the character and quantity of our relative support for what used to be our ally, now appears to be only Europe's ally and no longer ours. For the record, also, did he mention while he's saying that Ukraine must pay him back under a minerals bill, a minerals agreement to take half of their natural minerals out of the ground? And who does those minerals help? Who needs those minerals? Big tech.
people like Elon Musk, people like Mark Zuckerberg, people like Jeff Bezos, people like what is that other guy's name? All of these, all of the ones who were in the front row at his inauguration. Sachs, Jeff Sachs, I think his name is, and the other guy from South Africa. Those are the people who needs these rare minerals for the projects that they're doing. That they need these minerals to make these batteries for their AI endeavors, for their car batteries endeavors, for their computers, and all of this. That's who. And do you think? Oh, did he ask? Did he ask? What's his name in? I keep on wanting to say Putin. God damn it. Israel. Did he ask? Did he ask him for any type of deal? And let's be clear. During the Trump administration, they have not passed any agreement to send Ukraine anything. And all the stuff that they're sending to Ukraine has already been approved in the Biden administration. The only thing that he is doing is choosing when to send it out. And we saw that he, in fact, chose that he is not going to send out all the things that have already been approved to Ukraine. But what he has approved, and he bypassed Congress by declaring it emergency help, is he has approved $12 billion to Israel in bombs and all. 12 billion. But did he say that what's his name? What is this goddamn name? Wasn't grateful when he recently came to the White House? So let's be clear. They had no motherfucking more funding that has been allocated for Ukraine under his presidency, where they sat there and asked him, have you thanked us? Have you thanked us in this meeting? Who the fuck is us? Let's be clear.
Joe Biden did not close over 100 power plants. There were more utility-sized power plants up and running in the United States when Joe Biden left office than when he achieved office. For the record, there is no EV mandate. For the record, oil and gas production in the United States hit all-time records under President Joe Biden. For the record, even Doge has never claimed that they have saved hundreds of billions of dollars in savings. The largest items they have claimed to achieve as savings in the U.S. budget have been debunked and they've been taken down, but even they don't falsely claim hundreds of billions of dollars worth of saving. For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that. This was in the midst of him praising Doge. The Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer. For the record, I will note that Donald Trump did admit in his remarks today explicitly that Elon Musk is the head of Doge. And while that comes as no surprise to anybody who's been following the facts of this matter, that will end up in court because that is directly contrary to what the administration has overtly sworn to a federal judge about the leadership of Doge. I should also note, and this doesn't have to be for the record, I'll just note it for our own experience tonight, that at that point in the speech, when the president talked about how we will no longer be ruled by unelected bureaucrats, Democrats in the chamber pointed and laughed at Elon Musk.
He actually did say that. We will no longer be run by unelected bureaucrats, as he has Elon Musk, unelected bureaucrat, dismantling our government as we know it. Now, I'm not saying everything is right about our government, but goddamn it, this shit is ridiculous. Okay, so you guys can watch that, the rest of this on my link. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of something that is on my link available for you to check out. Um, Let me see. I think I have something else I might want to show you. Let me see. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Let me see what else. Uh, I'll give you a little bit of him. Uh, he had a little good commentary on it as well.
Passed a budget resolution that will violate Donald Trump's campaign promises and will violate a promise that he just made last week. It was a week ago that Donald Trump said this about not cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
Social Security won't be touched, other than this fraud or something. We're going to find it's going to be strengthened, but won't be touched. Medicare, Medicaid, none of that stuff is going to be touched.
None of it's going to be touched. But tonight, with Donald Trump's approval, the House of Representatives passed a budget resolution that will require the biggest Medicaid cuts in history.
House Republicans had a clear choice today. They could choose the American people, or they could choose far-right extremism. And when the choice was in front of them on the House floor, House Republicans chose Donald Trump, they chose Elon Musk, and they chose their billionaire puppet masters over the American people. The House Republican budget resolution will set in motion the largest Medicaid cut in American history. It's outrageous.
$880 billion in Medicaid cuts is now the official position of the Republican House of Representatives, with every Democrat in the House voting against cutting Medicaid. Massive cuts to the federal share of Medicaid mean that millions of people are likely to lose their Medicaid coverage in many states. And in the same budget resolution that will cut health care for the poorest people in America and for the working poor, the richest people in America will profit from massive tax cuts paid for in part by the cuts to Medicaid. Donald Trump is running an administration of billionaires where the most powerful person appears to be not the president, but the much richer Elon Musk, the richest person in the world, who will benefit in every possible way from the Republican budget resolution that takes health care away from poor people and the working poor so that Elon Musk can be richer.
Okay, so I heard a couple of people saying, well, they don't have that they're cutting Medicare in the budget. What the fuck do you think that the $880 billion they're cutting from energy and commerce? Where do you think that's going to come from? What budget is under energy and commerce that is big enough to have an $880 billion cut? Medicaid is under energy and commerce. So I am so sick of these dummies sitting up here saying that they didn't say anything about cutting Medicaid when they don't even know what department Medicaid is funded under. Clear? Are we clear? Are we clear? So the next time you hear a fool talking about they didn't say nothing about. Now, let's talk about these rich getting richer. So they're cutting all of this money so they don't have to go in as much debt to extend these tax cut that has us in the debt from the first time they extended these tax cut. But I showed you yesterday where Elon Rusty Butt sat up there and said that Social Security is a Ponzi scheme. And if you look at the national debt clock, have you ever looked at the national debt clock? Social Security is not a debt to the United States. See, these answers and these responses that they're given are nonsensical because Social Security is in its own funds that employers put money in. It's not a debt that the government has to cover. When somebody retire, it's not like the government is coming out of their pocket. So if they do nothing to Social Security, they can still pay. I think it was 87% of the cost. When they keep on telling you it's going to be insolvent by 2035, that's not true. That's another lie. And then Musk goes on to say that they found all this waste, fraud, and abuse. And then this dummy goes up there and give a list of ages of people it's 3 million people between the age 99 and 120. There's 3 million people between the ages of 120 and 140. And why it was all of these 3 million people in all of these ages? It's a total lie. They've been told how they had been misreading the information. These are people who got Social Security numbers, but they never got a death certificate from them. Just because they're still on the Social Security rolls, it does not tell you that these people are getting checks. But they want you to assume that these people are getting checks that are 117, 140. I think he went up to 160 something years old, because they can't close their case unless they get their death certificate. Capiche? Okay. Let me go on.
Elon Musk, in what appears to be an illegal incursion into the government of the United States, which has been blocked, that incursion has been blocked in some ways by judges across the country, is determined to destroy completely some government agencies, including the United States Agency for International Development. The richest person in the world apparently hates the agency that delivers life-saving medicine to the poorest people in the world, to the poorest babies in the world, the same agency that delivers food to starving children. Food for starving babies. Elon Musk is opposed to that, says he wants to completely destroy all of that. He says it's a criminal organization, that feeding starving babies, feeding people in a famine is a criminal organization. He's opposed to every ounce of food delivered to every starving child or starving adult anywhere in the world. He is as perversely and fully opposed to consumer protections for you. Before she was elected to the United States Senate, Elizabeth Warren created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau during the Obama administration. It was the first government agency in the country dedicated to the active protection of consumers, the active protection of all of us, protection against businesses trying to harm us financially or in other ways. Elon Musk is opposed to you being protected against any companies anywhere that are determined to exploit you in any way they can. As the top Democrat on the Senate Banking Committee today, Senator Warren convened what Democrats are calling a shadow hearing about what Elon Musk is trying to do to kill the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Only the majority party in the Senate or the House can schedule an official hearing. So what the Democrats, led by Senator Warren, did today, in many ways looks like a Senate hearing. They had it in a hearing room, but it is not an official Senate hearing, which really only means that the testimony delivered at the hearing will not become part of the congressional record. But because it was a legitimate attempt to get at the real truth of what Elon Musk is doing, it was more important than any official hearing Republicans have held in the Senate this year.
Our focus today will be on what could be.
Okay, so the rest of that is in my description box. Please avail yourself to it. So I want to show a little of a couple of interviews that were done by Adam Moakler. I am going to put his link in the description box. I like him. I like his content. He's a good guy. Let's see.
We're right here, yeah.
Sorry for being late.
Are you down for a Midas touch it, Representative Crockett?
Sure.
Really quickly?
Sure.
Are you tired?
Can I show her something? Beyond.
I feel that.
No, I know. I was there with him for like an hour.
We'll make it quick. Representative Crockett, we are currently live on Midas Touch with the Midas Mighty. Trump just said a few minutes ago, we'll get Greenland one way or another. What's your response?
Did y'all vote for another war? Because I don't know who about to fight that war, but I'm not going. So y'all need to be paying attention because this dude is like really psychotic. This is not something that he campaigned on. And I want to know where the money gonna come from. Like, it costs money to like go out and get into war. As you're complaining about giving money to Ukraine, who's fighting their own war, but we're talking about costing us in the pocketbook as well as costing us in actual lives, American lives. This is not what we should be doing. I don't even know why we fighting with Greenland. Why we fighting with Greenland? We fighting with Canada. We fighting with Mexico. Yet we in love with Putin. What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it.
This dude wants to fund, he doesn't want to fund the defensive war in Europe, but he wants to fund an aggressive war. Correct. The Panama Canal, absolutely insane.
While occupying Gaza. But yeah. Okay.
And building towers. What do you say to voters who voted for Trump because they thought he would lower prices, and now they've only gotten trade wars and the alienation of allies?
This is what I say. I say you got hoodwinked, and that's okay. That's okay. Because as I was just telling somebody just a minute ago, I have dated in my life. I know they've been talking about whether or not I'm married and all this other stuff. I'm not married, never married, okay? Just want to get that out there. But I have dated. And I will say, any of us that have ever dated, we've been hoodwinked a time or two, where we just sat there and we thought that he was gonna be so great for us because he sold us on all the things, or her, okay? And then we realized they ain't shit. That's where we are, and that's okay. What matters is that you wake up and you say, this is not the one for me. So even if you voted for him, what you should be doing right now is saying, he is not the one for me. And so if you decide that you're going to vote for a Democrat, whether it's in a local election, whether it's one of those special elections, because I wanted to get those 3 seats so the Democrats can control the House, just know that it doesn't mean you're a Democrat. It really means that you're a patriot. It really means that you care about this country and you're tired of him dismantling it one agency at a time while throwing money into his pocket, his daggone son-in-law pocket, his daggone brother-in-law pocket, his daggone friend Elon, or the real, president. I don't know what the fuck Elon is, but whatever, throwing money into his pockets, it's time out. They stealing our money. People that cannot afford food right now are going to have to carry everything on their backs and not have any Medicare, not have any Social Security, not have a way to put food on the table while they go off and have $60 million weddings like Bezos. And I explained, Bezos gonna have enough for the third wife because it's the second.
Yeah, and Trump and Elon are completely insulated from all of the consequences of this, right? I mean, they're the richest people ever. Elon Musk is completely insulated from the consequences. I guess my final question to you relates to Ukraine. How did you read the Oval Office meeting between Zelensky and Trump?
It was awful. I was embarrassed because it was the opposite of what diplomacy should look like. And when you start to talk about, like, I need people to recognize that it was a terrible display of what we saw, okay? Mm-hmm. But I need them to understand the greater implications and what our allies saw. Our ally saw was someone who's supposed to be an ally that is sitting there and bullying another ally and is then also trying to extort him for the minerals that they will need ultimately as they're trying to rebuild. So extortion and belittling, that is not good for our allies to see, especially when you got people running around talking about invading all these other places. We need somebody who really understands that our friends and our enemies are watching. So I was devastated. I really was.
Thank you so much for chatting with us, despite being incredibly tired.
Yes.
And the Midas Touch Network loves to have you on.
Yes,
so
yes.
Go get some rest. Go get some rest.
Yes.
Okay, so Adam is on the Midas Touch Network, and they have unseated Joe Rogan, who has been the #1 podcaster for so many years, who has he first came on as basically a libertarian, and now he is a full-blown MAGA. He had 45, 47 come interview him, and they say he's has turned into what they call one of the red pill guys. So he's on a great network that comes out here and tell it like it is. Okay, so let me show you one other interview that he did. Oh, I'm still on. Okay.
Representative Frost, we are live on Midas
All right.
Touch.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you.
Adam Mockler and Representative Frost. I want to ask you, you were there. You were watching Trump, right? Did you see his face get visibly pissed when he got interrupted?
Oh, he's completely pissed. I mean, he looked at us when we started putting our signs up, and he hated it. And here's the thing. It just shows the man has a big ego and small confidence.
Yeah, I mean, he spoke for like almost 2 hours. I feel like that's a narcissistic display right there.
Way too long. All bullshit, all lies, and all him trying to cover up the billionaire administrative coup that's happening in this country.
He said they're going to get Greenland one way or another. What do you think about that?
He's the guy who campaigned on saying, stop endless war. And now he's saying, what, he wants to invade Greenland? But again, I want people to remember, this is all in service of making the rich richer, giving billionaires tax cuts, and making sure that they cut Medicaid in the process to do it.
And largely probably distracting from the fact that Donald Trump is waging trade wars on our closest allies, raising the prices. What do you say to a Trump voter who thought Trump was going to lower the prices, but has only seen trade wars and almost real wars?
I would, and I've spoken with a lot of Trump voters recently. Yeah. I spoke with a Trump voter who's a veteran, who's working at the VA, who got fired. He's pissed, and I'll tell you all what I told him. I'm sorry you were lied to. You know, we have real problems in this country. Wealth inequality has always been an issue. People have always died due to lack of health care, gun violence, all this stuff. And we do need bold transformational change. And I'm sorry you were lied to by a man who doesn't give a shit about you and just cares about himself and his billionaire friends. But there's still time for you to join us, right? Join us in this fight to protect working people. You're not in debt because of trans people. Not paying your rent is not a factor because of immigrants. It's because of people like Donald Trump. So come on over. There's room. Come on over.
I think it's important to extend a little bit of empathy. You know, sometimes the instinct to make fun of people for being so wrong is there, but extending empathy does go a long way.
The motto of my office is lead with love, right? Yeah. And here's the thing. I told you so. It's never worked in a relationship. It's never worked in a friendship. I doubt it's going to work in politics.
You were one of the people that spearheaded the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, right? Yeah. Can you tell me, if you were speaking to Trump, who recently disbanded it, correctly, what would you say to Trump, who disbanded a huge piece of your work?
I would say, how dare you take away an office that has saved lives to appease the NRA and gun lobbyists? I mean, we thought he would do this, right? What did Donald Trump say when he was asked, what's your message to gun violence survivors? He said, get over it. Get over it. We need to show that to the people across this country who have lost loved ones to gun violence. A lot of them are Republican. And we just have to keep getting that message out there.
How are you feeling about Elon Musk lately and his 18-year-old dudes that are firing career civil servants and veterans?
Elon tweets at me like every other week.
I've seen that. You've rolled him a few times.
If I was the richest person on earth, Maxwell Frost would be the last person I'm tweeting. He said he's going to fund my challenger. He's going to get me out of office. So screw Elon Musk. He is the person. I think he's the real president right now. I think he is the unelected president of the United States.
Yeah, if you were watching, what would you say to Elon Musk?
So what would I say to Elon Musk?
Stop responding to his tweets.
Yeah, to get a life. And thanks for showing the world that money can't make you any less pathetic than you actually are.
This dude genuinely tweets 200 times a day. Like, I don't even follow him on Twitter, and his tweets are always at the top of my feed. Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Elon Musk shows that money can't buy you happiness.
Nah, yeah. He's kind of a loser, to be honest.
He is a loser.
In every sense of the word. Yeah. I guess I want to end off by asking you about the government shutdown that is sort of looming. How are you feeling about that? How are Democrats maneuvering through this?
Okay, so I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of that. It is in my description box. And go join his page if you'd like. Now, you see Jasmine Crockett and you see Maxwell Frost. They have, of course, AOC, all of these people. They have Bernie Sanders, who is he is actually on a junket trying to inform people about what's going on, about our government being taken over by oligarchs. So we have all these people who could have responded to 4547. But they get this chick, I can't remember her name, from Michigan, because I haven't heard much from her. She did ask some good questions in a confirmation hearing, but she has voted to confirm these picks that Trump has given. She has voted in favor of 8 of them, and none of these people are have the requirements for these jobs that they have gotten. So I'm going to let you guys see this lackluster response, and I don't know what's going on with the Democrats that they even chose this woman to give the response. So I'm tired of them shooting themselves in the foot all the time. So let me show you the actual official Democrat response, a little piece of it, because uh, you know, it is what it is. So let me get to it. I have it right here. This is the official response. Elisa Slocum. I know if some of you guys are from Michigan, nothing against you, but it's not about Michigan. It's about her presence in the fight uh, that we're going through, and not having a voice up until this point that has spoken out. So here a little bit of that.
So I promise to be a lot shorter than what you just watched. I won't take it personally if you've never heard of me. I'm the new senator from the great state of Michigan, where I grew up. I've been in public service my entire life because I happened to be in New York City on 9/11 when the Twin Towers came down. Before the smoke cleared, I knew I wanted to make a life in national security. I was recruited by the CIA and did 3 tours in Iraq alongside the military. In between, I worked at the White House under President Bush and President Obama, 2 very different leaders who both believed that America is exceptional. You can find that same sense of patriotism here in Wyandotte, Michigan, where I'm speaking from tonight. It's a working class town just south of Detroit. President Trump and I both won here in November. It might not seem like it, but plenty of places like this still exist across the United States.
And that, saying that alone is quite odd, that she won as a Democrat, and he won her district as
places where people believe that if you
a Republican. I don't know many people who don't vote all the way down the ticket, vote for a Republican president, and then vote for a Democrat as their congressperson. I don't know a lot of people who mix it up like that. So there has Michigan. It was a swing state that they must win, and they said in all of those swing states there were so many ballots that were mixed ballots. I'm not saying that it can't happen. It don't happen, but it doesn't make sense to. People can vote however they want to, but this happened a lot in the swing states, is what I'm saying. They voted for him as a president, and then they voted a Democrat down ticket. So
you work hard and play by the rules, you should do well, and your kids should do better. It reminds me of how I grew up. My dad was a lifelong Republican, my mom a lifelong.
Okay.
Are you tired of stuff falling between your?
So there it is. Okay. So that's all I got for you on that one. Any question? Hey, Candy Cane. Hey, Sandy. Great. Thanks for having me. He straight up made up programs that didn't exist. So I want to show you guys the reason I started watching the young guy who interviewed Maxwell Frost and Jasmine Crockett. He was an independent YouTuber, and he recently got hired on at the Midas Touch. So he used to go out to Trump rallies and just ask people questions. And And then when he would tell them, well, no, actually it doesn't work like that, it works like this. And he used to have some of the best videos. So I want to share give you, this is in 2023.
So Donald Trump scheduled a rally in Des Moines, Iowa on the same day Governor DeSantis was slated to speak. I guess it was meant as some sort of power move, but we're going to go talk to people and see how they're feeling about this election coming up. You have time for a 2-minute interview? You think Trump is still a sitting president?
Yes. Blame? Let's talk blame.
Yeah, let's talk blame. What's up?
There's so many people living off of the government handouts, and that is not that much farther away from slavery. It would at your age compared to mine. There's a lot of things you haven't learned yet.
Or I could argue that your views are outdated.
Oh, Ukrainian energy expert? Hey, and he does it all while high on crack and banging hookers, right?
What percent of Americans do you think are transgender?
I would say before it was cool to be transgender, or before it was probably like, I would say 1.5, and now it's probably like 20%.
20%? Well, it's still 0.5%.
Oh, okay. I was pretty close on 1.5.
Pretty, yeah. Let me ask you this. If an adult goes to the doctor with gender dysphoria and they try to decide on a treatment, do you think the government should be able to step in and stop that?
Oh, no, not if they're paying for it. As long as, they have their own insurance that they're paying for. I don't think a state, health insurance should have to pay for your, your gender reassignment.
So you're okay with people getting gender affirming care, though?
Oh, yeah. As long as I'm not paying for it.
There's this whole new wave of eradicate transgenderism, which I think is too far in the opposite direction.
Yeah. I have nothing against, gay people or whatever you claim you are. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to live just the same every day.
This country is more divided now than it was when Martin Luther King marched when I was a kid. Blame? Let's talk blame.
Yeah, let's talk blame. What's up?
Have you ever heard any Democrat say that it was their responsibility, or they did this?
Sure.
Or they did? Have you looked at the records, the actual information that we found about Biden and his crime family? They would eliminate so many of the drugs, I believe, that children are able to get a hold of nowadays. There would be far fewer mental issues.
What kind of drugs?
Pot, for one.
You disagree with smoking?
You best your sweet Bippy. I grew up with kids that when it was just coming in, and I saw them make complete idiots of themselves. No, thank you. You go ahead and do it. That's your choice, not mine. Never broken a law in my life except get a couple of, no, I've never actually got a speeding ticket. I've got some warnings.
We can go smoke some pot in my car if you want to break a law.
Not on your life.
Okay, sorry.
I think that transgender has just been publicized, just like other issues that they try to distract us from when it's more of a,
What makes border crisis? That's also on Trump?
Have you been to the border?
No, have you?
No. So how do we actually know if the wall was actually done? How are they getting in? Is it really a crisis, or is it just crisis actors?
I don't think there's a crisis at the border, honestly.
I don't think so either.
You think people are at the border acting like immigrants?
Correct.
What's the purpose of this?
To wake more people up.
To what?
To seeing we would be going socialists in a communist country, and that's not what America's about.
Leave the children alone. Stay the hell out of the schools. Keep your drag queen shit out of the school. Uncomfortable. When you were 13 with your body, when you'd wake up with a woody, you wouldn't know what the hell to do with it,
If there's a 15-year-old who is having these confusing feelings, I think they should be able to talk about it without worrying that the government steps in.
They can talk about it. They can dress how they like. They can act how they like. But until any surgeries or anything's done, it should be 18 years old. We need to get the Democrats and all the deep state out. Mm-hmm. We need to take back the country for the people.
Yeah.
Peacefully. No violence.
No violence. So you disagree with what happened on January 6th?
It was not an insurrection. We were set up.
By who?
Democrats in the deep state. And people was there. FBI was there.
You don't think there's a part of individual responsibility to do with it, though? So, if you make the decision to walk into the Capitol, break glass, and to riot, don't you think it might be justified to be charged with something?
Yes. If you break the law, of course, there's consequences to breaking the law. Now, you get a group of people, I don't care who it is, it could be Christians, whatever. You get someone or a couple people in there that are instigators, they're going to get the whole crowd to go.
Yeah.
It takes one flame to get the can of gas to burn.
Yes.
Now, there was people there, yes, that should not have done what they did. The disruption should not have happened. If you get
this, unfortunately, I didn't get a good one. But that's where he got his start, interviewing these yokels and making some good points. But that wasn't a good video. I apologize. So, uh, what do you guys have to say to any of those things? If you have anything to say about any of the stuff I presented. So, what are all of these unemployed people uh, who are on the street and uh, facing uncertainty in their lives, on top of if a lot of these programs, like the Section 8, they're talking about dismantling. They're talking about making FEMA a state thing where the state has to um, come in and help people in natural disasters. Can you imagine if the state had to uh, pay the people for their losses in the fires in California? Can you imagine if the state had to pay for flood insurance, the fires in, well, I think it's North Carolina, the floods that were in Tennessee and North Carolina? These are poor states. So if you live in a state where you have a natural disaster and your state is the only thing that can give you any help, do you think that a lot of people are going to be really messed up behind this? So, and let's not forget, there are more white people on welfare in living in red states, no less. And they always want to act like the blue states are the problem when California sends so many of their tax dollars to support the people who live in red states. Did you know that? Their welfare. Okay, so Ronnie Q, of all people, why do you think Rubio flipped? And he was sitting there. Look, I just think he's just hungry for power. I really think he's hungry for power, and I think that he actually is going to. He sees that Trump can't run again, so I think he wants to stay in a power position so he can kick off his campaign as being a cabinet member. But him flipping like that, I think, is going to disqualify him from any greater office than he has. I agree with who was it? Who was it? I showed the interview. I would agree. I can't remember who it was. He was a Secretary of State. He said the only right thing for Marco Rubio to do was to resign. That would have been his best bet. So I don't understand it. I think it's all about power. It was his power play. Poor rights aren't televised. No, they're not televised. They like to, and it's a, I do think that is done intentionally. Kind of like when someone gets arrested, they show their if they're black, they show their booking picture. If they're white, they show their yearbook picture or some shit like that. I definitely agree that it's a concerted effort. I think it's implicit bias that has really gone rampant. So let's be clear. So okay, there's one more thing I want to show, and this is about the Social Security lie. So we can be clear on that. Since he brought that up. Now, this is a guy. He's an ex-Social Security head and expert. Warns of an inevitable system collapse. So, let's see what somebody who actually worked in the system says. Okay, so we can be clear on experts say about the things that are going on and how it will affect people. Uh, Maybe some of you, where are all of these people going to live? Who's going to take care of all these people? Who's going to take care of your independently living senior parents, maybe grandparents, aunts and uncles and stuff who are living? Are you guys going to take them in? Who's going to take in these people who, if they get kicked off of Medicaid? Are you guys going to take them in from the nursing home? Where are all these people going to go that their Medicaid is paid for in nursing homes? Who's going to take these people in? See, because it's all it's all like, oh well, that's going to happen. But what's going to happen to these actual people? There's actually people connected to these things. So let me share a little of what he has to say, and you can believe him or not, but I just want to give him a chance to talk about it. Okay, here we go.
Social Security Administration. Why is he so? So what are Elon Musk's goals with the Social Security Administration? Why is he so deeply involved in the Social Security Administration? Why is he making the remarks that he does about the Social Security Administration? Well, I guess now we know. My name is Ed Rio. I ran the third business Social Security office in the country. Now my semi-retirement, I'm helping people throughout the country make sure they're getting everything they earn from Social Security and Medicare. I do a live Q&A several times a week. 3 o'clock West Coast time, 6 o'clock East Coast time. So if you need help navigating the bureaucracy, you're about to file for benefits, make sure you join me. I answer as many questions as I can in about an hour. So jump into the chat, ask a question, and we'll make sure you and your family are doing the right things in terms of all things Social Security and Medicare and all the rest of it. Okay, so Mike Johnson explains Elon Musk's goals and the GOP's goals. So this is not just Elon Musk. This has the authority of the grand old party, the Republican Party, who's currently in charge of the House, in charge of the Senate, in charge of the White House, in charge essentially of the Supreme Court. So they have pretty much all the power. So what they says pretty much goes. So if they say they're going to do X, Y, and Z, they very well have the power to do that. So House Speaker Mike Johnson, Louisiana Republican, got a lot of people from the great state of Louisiana, seems to have quite a bit out for Social Security. I've talked about this several times. Senator Kennedy and others have consistently attacked Social Security, and any government organization definitely needs to be attacked, and in terms of looking for fraud, waste, and abuse. And if they're doing something wrong, they should definitely be pointed out. But is there ulterior motives in here? So on a recent program, he says that while cuts to entitlements are not explicitly mentioned in the recent House budget bill, Elon Musk has uncovered enormous amounts of fraud, waste, and abuse in Social Security. Well, this is news to pretty much everybody out there because he hasn't. He's made a whole.
He hasn't. And 45, 47 was on the stage yesterday saying that he found hundreds of $billions of waste. And what I think he said 3, 6, 9, like 10 or 12 million people who were over the age of a deep 100 years of age still getting Social Security. All lies. Okay, I interrupted. Here we go. Let me take that back here.
To pretty much everybody out there because he hasn't. He's made a whole bunch of allegations. His most famous allegation was all of these 11 million people that are, no, I think it was 21 million the last time. That changes all the time. Anywhere 20, 21 million or so people that are over 112 years old, some 200 years old, some 300 years old that are receiving Social Security benefits. And even the president recently walked back that allegation. Elon Musk still hasn't. And the question is, okay, you've had a few weeks. you should have stopped those benefits. I explained, working in the Social Security Administration, I told Elon Musk and everybody on there that the new commissioner of Social Security is a Doge guy. So they should have stopped those payments, and they obviously haven't, because if they would have stopped those hundreds of billions of dollars worth of payments, they would have put it up on the Doge website that we just stopped hundreds of billions of dollars of payments.
And 4547 wouldn't be saying last night that they are still there. Then we're going to take them and we're going to take care of it. Please, because this has been over 2 weeks ago. They stopped USAID. They stopped all federal funding the day before they were going to enact it, and they actually enacted it. And some of them, like the Ebola money that was going over to Africa, still hasn't been restarted after a judge told them that they must restart it. So you tell me they find all of this waste, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of billions of dollars in waste. And anywhere between 12 and 21 million seniors who are over the age of 117. And they still haven't stopped it. They hadn't stopped it as of last night. Like he said, they said that they would put everything up on their website, and they had to take the top 8 costly things off of the website because they were wrong. Because they were wrong about it, and they were fact checked, and they just slipped them off after they were fact checked. So how come this isn't on their Doge website since they found it? Let's continue.
And they didn't put it up there. The new attorney general has not indicted people for this fraud. So where's the beef? There's no beef there, because those people didn't exist. I've talked about this several times on my channel. It's basically the Social Security Administration has a whole bunch of Social Security numbers that they just cannot close out, because Social Security Administration has to have a death certificate for those Social Security numbers to officially close it out. They just can't essentially close it out, based on, okay, it's 200, whatever the case may be. That just might have been a typo before, the records were put in electronically. We're talking about the 1970s, 60s, 1950s, 1940s. You had a lot of people that did go into the Social Security office, and in the old days, they used to type out a Social Security number. So even though there are some Social Security numbers that say they're 200 years old, they just might be 100. They might have been, received, 75 years ago or 45 years ago, and they're not active. They're not in pay status. A Social Security card, you do not get paid money from your Social Security file. You get paid from what's called the MBR, the Master Beneficiary Record, and those are not being paid out. So you've got a bunch of Social Security numbers, and Social Security has known about this for a long time. They have been told by the Government Accountability Office, they have been told by the Office of the Inspector General, you need to close those things out, those old ones that are 112, 200 years old. Social Security Administration, yes, we know. But we can't, because we don't have authority. How can we get authority? Well, Congress can give us authority to go ahead and close out, and no problem. But to go out there and do the work and get the death certificates and double check this and double check that, it's going to just cost too much money. And the Social Security Administration says, hey, we don't want to waste money doing something that's not going to save the American taxpayer any money. So because these people are not getting paid, they're just a bunch of just random Social Security numbers that are just kind of out there hanging around. Social Security said, hey, we can spend millions and millions and millions of dollars of taxpayer money going out there and addressing those things, but it's not going to save any money for the American taxpayer. So it's a complete waste of money. So the Social Security is in a terrible situation. They could have just, wasted that money, and then Elon Musk and all the rest of them would have come back now and says, look, you wasted all that money closing out those things. And those people weren't in pay. Why did you spend $20 million looking for death certificates all over the world? Because these people might have passed away in, in India or England or Germany or Spain or the Philippines. Why did you go out there around the world trying to find whether these people are actually living when they weren't in pay anyway? Why did you spend those tens of millions of dollars? And
so that would have been the waste, fraud, and abuse, that you spent all of this money to get these death certificates and search out these death certificates all over the world, and these people weren't getting paid. You're throwing good money out after bad. It's not like these people were getting paid. You get it? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But they want to get having a reason to get rid of Social Security. So that link is in my description box. All billionaires are. It was all him and all of their money grift. Exactly. Now, I've been telling you for the past. Hold on. I have been telling you guys that, oh man, that alarm made me lose my thought. I have been telling you guys, let's talk about Social Security, blah, blah, blah. I forgot. I totally forgot just that quick. The dog started barking. It startled me. And what was I saying? Shit. I forgot. I was telling you guys something about. Anyway, there the video is in the chat. Let me close the poll and see what the poll says. Hey, Miss Vegas, thank you for being here. And I'm going to close the poll right now. Okay. Let me close the poll. End poll. So let's see what the results were. I think I think it's the same thing that I said. Now the poll didn't jump up. I think I waited too late to close the poll. I saw 56% said that no, y'all didn't watch it. Y'all sick of him. So the poll didn't show up. Do you guys see the poll? My poll didn't show up. But I saw 56% of you guys said, no, you guys didn't even watch it because you're sick of seeing him. So I see 6 likes. You guys didn't like the video? Please like the video. So that's, I see 55. Oh, now I see the poll. Okay. Did you watch 45-47 last night? 59% says, no, I'm sick of him and I'm sick of his lies. 18% came in second, which says, yes, you have to know the game. I couldn't write the game they're playing. So 18% says, yes, you have to know what the game is. 13% says, I was in and out and heard some. And then the last came in last place. I plucked out my eyes and used them as earplugs as opposed to watching that mess. Okay, so I thank you guys for being here with me on today. Please hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can subscribe. And get a free gift. You do not have to put your chat name in. You do not have to put your first name. Just put an initial and your last name and what address. I give out these free keychains made by me as a free gift to you for supporting me if you become a member. If you become a member and you would like a free keychain, don't put your chat name in. Just a first initial and a last name and your address, and I would get those out to you. If you do become a member and want one, look under the members community wall, and you will see a post with these pictures on them, and it will tell you how to contact me via email, and I will get those out to you. So I think that's it that I have. Yes, that's it that I have for today. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate your support. I see the poll too. It took me a while. Exactly. Tell your mom happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sarah's mom. Happy birthday, Sarah's mom. Happy birthday, Sarah's mom. Or is it mom? Happy birthday, Sarah's mom. All right, guys. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.
They They are rare and they are few. Who can compare with Ronnie Q? So grab a chair, she's coming through. She's on the air. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. Ronnie Q. It's time for Ronnie Q. In the morning while I'm driving, Ronnie